We're up to you.
Dixie, come. Come on. Oh,
Dopey.
yeah. No, she'd rather have you.
And if I bend down, she'll walk right up to my camera. Snowballs on her legs.
Laurel's doing her job in the back of the
Yeah.
around and...
I got that.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Got your back. And one guy on television, they were talking about dogs. He has 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And the one guy said, yeah, my dog, I let my dog out and he's laying in the snow going like this.
Yeah.
Or he's going like, get out of here. He's going like
Go ahead,
this.
act like a dog. Act like a dog. Come on, be a dog.
No, that's it.
Taking a person away from the people and things that they love is elder abuse.
Go into some of the personal horrors that befell you during this process.
Yes, I could do that. It started with my mother. Well, first of all, I lived with my mother for 27 years in the house that she has lived in for almost half a century. And I have a brother and some sisters who came to visit sporadically. But in 2005, my sisters decided that my mother was going downhill. And I guess they knew, and I didn't know, that she had been diagnosed with, I guess, either dementia or what. I still to this day don't know. They haven't told me. But they came in and they started redoing my mother's house. First they emptied out the house of all her belongings. They claimed that there was quote-unquote mold in one of the rooms, so they had to throw all the stuff out. So that was their plan. They had a plan that they had thought about. You see, in many cases where these things happen with family members, I found out that usually the family members have already done some type of a guardianship or conservatorship. They know what to do because there is a pattern. You know, the pattern, as I said before, is that you take the person who really should be the guardian and you disparage them and you say that they've abused the person, and you just make things up that the person can't even really defend against. And then once you do that,
that's part of that isolation.
It is the isolation,
the
yes. So my sisters took my mother out of the house the day before Christmas. Well, first they had taken her to a lawyer in 2005, the end of 2005, and had her sign all these directives with them as power of attorney, all without my knowledge. And so the day before Christmas, they took her and they brought her to Huntington Hospital. They said she didn't feel well, okay? And I went to visit her the next day and she was perfectly fine. All right, she was very happy. She said, oh, yes, I'm fine. I had a pain in my side, but it's gone. And they're just going to do some tests, and then I'm going to come home. Only she never did. My sister took her out of Huntington Hospital, told them not to tell me anything about my mother, and she subsequently put her in 5 different institutions.
I see.
And in each institution, she told the staff that I was not allowed to see my mother alone because I was going to help her escape. By the way, in nursing homes, the pattern usually is that, well, the ones that my mother was in, that they only have 1 phone for the patients on each floor. And I don't know how they knew I was going to make my mother escape, but they knew, okay? And after, when she was in the last one, I told you she was, you know, drugged to being too weak to do anything. Haven't seen my mother since. The judge awarded a temporary guardian to get her out of the nursing home and to decide her place of abode. And he decided that my sister was going to get her in Brooklyn, where my mother did not want to be. It was against my mother's wishes. She's in a little room in my sister's house with no money. She can't call a cab or get on a bus. She can't leave. She has no phone in her room. She's a prisoner, basically. And so there she remains, even though I have gone to court many, many times asking the judge for this, that, or the other thing. It almost seems hopeless to me because yesterday I visited some people in Connecticut whose mother has been 3 years in an assisted living and they won't bring her home. And this woman is in Connecticut and her husband of 50 years is in New Jersey. And she cannot get to New Jersey because, you know, of her condition, and he cannot be in Connecticut. So basically 2 people who lived together for 50 years, a loving couple, have been actually divorced by the court. because they don't see each other, they don't talk to each other.
A guardian or conservator can legally prevent you from seeing your own family members.
Why should a judge be allowed to split our family's love?
How would you feel if you were forced to give up all of your rights?
A conserved person has less rights than a death row inmate.
A guardian can legally take all your hard-earned assets.
When I get older, is a guardian going to take my money?
A guardian can legally sell your home without your knowledge or permission.
Can the legal system really be so corrupt?
We can let everybody know about what's happening to our elderly. Just talk it up. Tell one person you know about what you've seen on this video and ask them to tell another. And before you know it, everybody will know about the abuses being put upon our elderly people.